Alright boys, this is the start of the journey back. Some early morning enjoyable English country lane, but I actually don't have that much time, so I really gotta be moving. I left an hour and a half window for myself before the ferry. I'll check in again in a few, because I'll just take this initial stretch, because this is some curvy and tight road. This is like a super quaint place. I was here when I was coming back from London too, and looks like somebody has just tried to build like a Victorian town, village, but it's obviously built just now, you can see. Look at this road first thing in the morning, just like something out of Need for Speed 3, who's old enough to know or have played. VTEC in the morning. I don't know what it's good for, but I did it. Anyhow, rundown of the day is, I hope my PCR test will come through and I can get on a boat. So this is a straight run to Dover right now. Then I'm planning on going swimming in Dunkirk, and then straight shot to the Nürburgring. So yeah, that's the broad itinerary for today. 5 hours and 5 minutes to go to Dover. I just turned on the first motorway of today, and yeah, I better haul ass, because this is Britain. I never know what could wait for me, because it's forcing me to take the small road by Stonehenge, which I don't want to take, but I'll take it just because the machine says so. So instead of the regular motorway, A38 to M5 or M4 I think, and then M3, it advises me to take this little road. I've done something similar on, at least I did it with the Subaru. If anyone thought that road trip in a modified Subaru is fun, then listen to this. So it's nothing new, but it's not the most comfortable road to drive on, because it's a driving road all throughout. Just look at this road, and right to the left there's nothing. Crazy road. I mean, this road is just too good. It's just, there's not much scenery, but it's just a cool road. Driving Jesus would love it. A Tesla that has broken down. Most likely today morning, yeah? Just an update to keep my own mind busy. 2 hours and 9 minutes of driving done. Another 2 hours and 52 minutes to go, 261 kilometers, but I've gained about almost 10 minutes now. Okay boys, I'm a Stonehenge veteran, but we're gonna see Stonehenge in a second here again. Oh shit, there's tons of traffic and looks like there's a fire somewhere. Shit's full of smoke, and yeah, it's a mild fire smell. There's the Stonehenge once more. I've driven past it for like 5 times. Stonehenge must be one of the weirdest tourist attractions in the world. Go nearer to the Stonehenge, but you can't go next to it. That costs £19, and we just literally just stopped off the road next to here. Never been there, but you know, I mean, just look at it and enjoy it as much as it's visible off camera here. Just try not to crash in front of shit going on, traffic, but that's Stonehenge for you. Then we're gonna drive now because there's traffic ahead of me. They just randomly slowed down whilst I was trying to film the Stonehenge. And that's not ideal. 7:52 and traffic ahead, so shit, a lot of traffic in front and a bus overtaking lorries and shit. Oofda. Basic bitch, Starbucks break just 5 minutes max, and only if this car would have cruise control, it would be super nice. Definitely built different in London. We were cruising like 90 miles an hour here. Speed limit is 70. Set myself nicely behind this McLaren and not going too fast, but I mean, we're all a sports car gang, aren't we? An extended sports car family. Me and my 2,500 pound whip, and I don't know even how much this thing in front of me costs. It's like 570S, or what the hell could it be? I don't know, McLaren's too expensive, me too poor. Ooh, I'm just about to fall asleep. Slept like 8 hours or 2 nights. A little bit not enough. 54 minutes to go, 79 kilometers, but struggling with sleep. Definitely gonna sleep on the boat. Just chilling. Sleep has gotten a bit better now. 38 minutes to go. I was almost sleeping at the wheel at one point, but since I'm done it many time, then you know I know how to handle myself when I'm in the sleep zone. I just concentrate on not sleeping then behind the steering wheel, so yeah. 38 minutes. Currently after Brexit, what I've done here is they've just taken the motorway, split it into two, and this has been going on for like I don't know how many miles already, or kilometers, and it will still most likely be going on until Dover, and they've just separated this one half of the motorway for lorries or trucks. There's an SQ8 man in every country, so he's giving us a right old tow here, which is perfect. I'm not that sleepy anymore, but 19 minutes to go, and I just want to get this drive done. Dover lads, I made it! I made it! And I didn't fall asleep. An hour ago it was pretty bad, but now I'm awake again. I don't know why, it's just I managed to overcome the burden, and yeah, I'll get to the ferry port first, and then check in from there, I guess. But I did it. Got a little flea hill climb action in at Dover. Just went for a higher bit of view, but nice road up the hill. It's a huge ass castle. Pretty sweet. Pretty damn sweet, if you ask me.
Exit the roundabout onto A20.
See this and be all good, but fingers crossed, French police is waiting for me. Alright boyos, now it's safe to say I made it. They didn't check anything, I just showed my passport to the French. They give you this little star, I don't know what that means. And the UK customs is like, you're alright. Just said hi and said go on. And yeah, now we're at the check-in off the ferry and all good boyos. I think I'm back in Europe, but we'll never know. We never know until we're actually in France. I wonder, is this for trucks? Because you know, there's one exit there. And my car is LC something, but there's only one L, so must be trucks.
Captain Russell Smith, on behalf of the SES, I'd like to welcome you for Dunkirk's race of 1200 sailing.
You left me with a feeling like a neon love. And every time I feel it, yeah, it gives me love.
Anything about these machines? It seems somebody has played on this because Fishing Frenzy is open, and this is main menu, and this is main menu. So somebody has left some money in here, so I'm gonna take it out now. So Brexit or no Brexit, COVID or no COVID, it seems that we can just go straight out, but let's see, there's a stoppage here, but it looks like we can just go straight out. No one's checking anything. Oh no, maybe he spoke too soon, we'll see. Seems some sort of man is asking something, but let's pretty much everyone just go. Yeah, just the man stopped you, asked you whether you have anything to declare or not, and that was it. So, yeah, that's all the checks you get. So if anyone wants to go and get a car from Great Britain, then by all means. Unless COVID starts really messing shit up. Dunkirk has like crap ton of industry around it. Like I'm driving towards the town, and there's just industry all over it. Yeah, didn't know that. Well, to you, it might be a random McDonald's in Dunkirk. But I've been here. I've been everywhere. Nothing specifically about Dunkirk in this room, it seems, but this is the museum. Yeah, there's a picture of the beach. There's this De Chevet sort of car, and the museum goes on, and that's where it starts from. Well, here's the turret of the tank and Le Char. Massive turret. Must have been a really big tank in it. Let's see, two guys were piloting it. This is pretty cool. These are the remnants of a truck engine surfaced in 2009. And you can see lifters and stuff. There's even spark plugs in it. Look at this. And lifters and a header. No, that's a downpipe. Oh, that's a gearbox. Pretty cool. Tire game wasn't too crazy. I suppose these aren't more worn because they were under the sand. Yeah. Not too much grip, I suppose. Guys were running 2,400 horsepower. Shit. Doesn't even look like it could produce 2,400 horsepower. It is massive and girthy. I'm here in Dunkirk and I've been here before, but jah, kes oleks filmi vaadates uskunud, et ma siia jõuan. What I started wondering now is how much nicer the beach area is now because of the filming. Like, I wonder if they invested a lot in making it look good for filming, or it was the other way around because of the film. After that, there was an influx of money, but whatever, I'll go swim. So for anyone who hasn't been, this is Operation Dynamo. This is Dunkirk Beach. And yeah, I'll just try to get to the water quickly. Wow, Dunkirk beach is pretty large beach for an Estonian like me. It's huge, bigger than all our beaches combined. Yeah, bruh, that's just how it is. Looks like it's low tide. Let's just go in. There's a huge difference between low and high tide. Again, for somebody like me from Estonia, pretty crazy. Because there's buoys out here, and like you can see where the sand ends as dry and becomes wet. Crazy. Jesus Christ. This is for Apetor, Dunkirk beach swimming episode. This was Dunkirk swimming, Dunkirk beach swimming. Thank you for watching. Super nice, there's like showers here. Now I don't have to drive back all salty and shit. That's pretty good. Now I actually got a whole ass because I was so graciously accepted to Luxembourg. I at least have a floor to stay at, so free accommodation, and I've never been to Luxembourg, so that's where I'm going. But 4.5 hours of driving, so I try to get there at a reasonable time. It's like 6:15, so I gotta hustle. Got some EP3 bros here too, but okay, I shouldn't film everything. I have to hustle, Jonas. Goodbye, Museum of Operation Dynamo. See you next time. I've been here already twice, so why not another time? I'm on the move now. Surprisingly, I didn't even know that it's gonna happen, but Luxembourg, that's where I'm going. When I used to look at like €1.60 a liter, I was like, what the hell? Why is the gas so expensive? This shit is outrageous. 46.8 liters got us 566.6 kilometers, which is not all that bad, but now I gotta go 3 hours and 42 minutes to go, and yeah, gonna be a little run to Letzebu. Backman. Alright, let's go. I need to go. Let's more go, less standing still. In 200 meters, you're in Belgium. Yes. Oh damn, it's a yellow Miata. 57 kilometers to Brussels. Just a quick sit-rep break. I just needed to grab a chocolate and Red Bull, and the Ritter Sport was like €2.60 and Red Bull was €2, so those were best value for money deals. But it always seems such a good idea to do this, and then you don't sleep at all because you're in a hurry all the time, and then there's like a rabbit there. I don't know if it's visible on GoPro, but then you're like dying and driving. So 2.5 hours to go, and I really gotta get going, and I'm so fucking tired. But Red Bull will get me through, at least I hope, for some time. And I'm going now. Just outside of Brussels, and this car just doesn't consume fuel. It's lower than the average with all the driving I did in England, like 0.2 lower. And we're running this 95 E10 fuel, or I don't know, maybe the car likes it. Oh shit, we can see a bit of Brussels, some Brussels views. There's a guardrail there, some houses. We're heading towards Luxembourg now, and Red Bull really helped. Yeah, I was so tired, but now it's a bit better. Hour and 50 to go, and I think the weather is like cooling down a little. This car has no AC. I think I mentioned it already. So 179 clicks to go. From time to time, these racy boys just fly by us. Me and the speed limit is like 120 and he's doing 160 about because GPS is way less than the speed of. Yeah, he's just flying in and out of lanes. Now he's there. Lane discipline is minimal, if non-existent. Just, yeah, all over the place. I'm not sure how it comes across on camera, but these stretches of road are just so epic. Something slime back there. I don't know if it's visible on GoPro even. Who knows? Ooh, look at this thing. Whatever this is, it's something from the Star Wars. Ooh, me. That's cool. Okay, we had the Star Wars house there and there's another alien thing here flashing away, so definitely must be aliens. Ooh, look at them cows. This is what I love about Central European adventurizing, is that you just turned off the highway and then there's this cool little village. Nico, I'm coming hard, but not in VTEC. Look at the horse box fly. We're doing 133 indicated, just 123 as far as phone is concerned. This horse box is just towing me, so I don't know, it's not getting my fuel economy down fast, but I suppose there's a little less drag. So go horse box, go! Mama, look at that horse box fly. And all of a sudden like that, there was a sign that now it's Luxembourg and this is Luxembourg. Never been before, but now I have. Luxembourg greeted me with some great crazy roads. This is a computer game road. But, I mean, the whole area is computer game roads, but still, like, Luxembourg. I suppose it's still the eco region? I don't know. I have to ask Luxembourgish Shmi, who I'm going to meet in a second here, who so ever so graciously allowed me to stay in his parents' abode. Yeah, we'll see in a second what it's all about. But I think I have a place to stay. I just can't not record. Because what the hell, look at this road. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just damn cool road. That's why I'm so excited. Because it's just a badass road. Whew. I'm just chilling here though, driving behind this Qashqai. Yeah.